This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men.
Merry Men.
He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and
No.
you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
The grotesque murder of the former Captain Peter Carey, known in private as Black Peter, has been resolved. The evidence that Scotland Yard received from a trustworthy source was more than sufficient to conclude that the murderer of Peter Carey was Pablo Coventry, one of Carey's former harpooners. However, lawful justice could not be awarded. Coventry was found dead of natural causes, possibly from his remorse at committing such a terrible crime. Very well. All right, Watson. Let's not keep the train conductor any longer.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
at last.
Attention!
There we are.
The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
Yes. Very good, Watson.
Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
We shall go and investigate
It's
this
too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
train.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Indeed.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Yes. We shall start by inspecting the scene. The train was meant to be arriving from this way, but it did not. Very peculiar indeed. Oh. Yes. The train was meant to head this way and make a stop at the
This is the
station.
place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Indeed. Yet there is a ground near the
There are no
rails.
tracks or footprints on the ground. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
What about this empty
A
bottle?
discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
So what exactly happened
There are
here?
no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh,
Yes.
I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Indeed. What's this? Message to all stations. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington
A new
Station.
telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Line, Nottingham, London. Type, train LNER, number 324. Composition, locomotive, coal car, first class car, postal wagon, special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson, and a second class
Here is
car.
the train set.
A special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson
A
himself. Very interesting. And this Mr. Robinson seems to be a very important, very rich man. Yes, very interesting indeed.
Good
Excuse
morning.
me, sir.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So,
Yes.
you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Yes, that is one explanation of what happened last night, but I doubt it's the right one. So, are there any secrets I should be knowing about? Like fully grey hair? You're quite the old man, aren't you? An honorary badge. Yes. You have brought honor to this strange station, sir? What about your sleeves? They appear to have spots of earth. And a wedding ring, too. Congratulations, sir. So,
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
yes, we've already done that, and we found out about a special wagon.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important
I see.
information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
I see.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please. Take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Oh,
See you later, my good man.
alright, very good. The waiting hall. The waiting hall. The waiting hall. There we are. There we are.
This map will be useful.
I shall take it. Hello again, sir. I have another question for you.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
I see. What about this Bridlington station? What can you tell me about that, sir?
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later. my
Very
good
well.
man.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir.
Hello.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Yes. Let's see here. A young age. Yes. Clean clothes. Is a well-kept chap. Instructions to Station Master. Ink smudges. So,
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes.
Yes,
thank
yes.
you. I
very
understand.
good. Anything unusual yesterday?
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I have worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
I find that hard to believe, my young man.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah,
Yes.
well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
Chesterfield, you say? All right. What was this strange message?
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to
All
visit
right.
Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Yes. Just Chatterfield Railway Station, Tren LNER number 324, arriving A 0130, dewarted I 0035. It's a very strange letter indeed. Or telegram, I should say.
Telegraph.
Yes, a telegraph, indeed. Very good. What else is there? Oh, there is a gap in the floor. And a sheet of paper. What's all this?
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Insurance organized by Thomas L. Robinson for his prototype called the Autonomous Electricity Generator. This policy partially covers the loss of the prototype up to 50% of its value. Maximum cover amount £15,000. Insurance duration 1 year. Renewable. Very good. And this must be Mr. Robinson. Alright. Now, why would he be hiding his own insurance papers?
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is
Hello.
Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from
No.
the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
I see. An Australian hat. Expensive clothes. A heavy golden ring. A briefcase. And fancy shoes. Crocodile skin shoes. Very well, Mr. Robinson.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
Let's start with the special wagon you ordered.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had
see.
already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
Were you on the train, Mr. Robinson?
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Alright, let's talk about the company direction, Mr. Robinson.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
I see. So, how much would you say the prototype is valued?
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Yes. And what about the insurance for this prototype?
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from
I
doing.
apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
What about this important grip sack there, Mr. Robinson?
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype, and this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station Master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yes, indeed.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
Yes, perhaps. Excuse me there, sir. What exactly are you doing here?
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Alright. So, what do we have here? Work clothes. A cheap ticket. Married. Congratulations. Rough skin. What happened, sir?
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is.
Go
Last
on.
night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then
Yes.
along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
And what about the passenger of the vanished train?
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Are you a passenger of the
Yes,
vanished
I hear that
train?
it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
I see. What can you tell me about these rich fellows?
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
I
The
see.
ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean company.
Yes. There we are.
This grip sack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of
Indeed.
course.
Alright. Stand back, Watson. I've got this under control. There we are, Watson. As easy as 1, 2, 3.
Look, Watson. A
Yes.
bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
Very suspicious. This is an exclusive sales contract regarding the prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity in an autonomous way. Emerson Electric Company, the buyer, understand that they are purchasing this device as is and are in agreement. Mr. Thomas L. Robinson, the seller, is not responsible for any problems that may arise with the prototype after the purchase, whether or not those issues were known by either party at the time of the purchase. The buyer is obligated to make prepayment in amount of 10% of the prototype price in advance upon signing of the contract. The remainder should be transferred within 1 month's term.
An exclusive sales contract.
From Mr. Thomas Robinson.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Yes, indeed. Very well.
Yet another exclusive sales contract.
Thomas Way, Hong Kong General Electric Company.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
An exclusive
Yet
sales
another
contract.
Exclusive sales contract.
This time with the Barcazas Chilean Company.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Exclusive sales
Yet another
contract
Exclusive sales contract.
with the Medicine General Electric Company.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Yes.
Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
This bin is full of empty bottles. This Robinson fellow...
A fishing advertisement.
Oh.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his
Yes.
sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please.
Indeed.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you.
Hello.
We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
What do we have here? A red nose from all the drinking. Clean clothes. Married. Alcohol flask. Alcohol flask. And a fishing line. Alright.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
And what about the strange message you sent last night?
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
But you are binge drinking, sir. Or at least you have been doing so last night.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not
Yes.
be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.